Hello everyone and welcome back. December is almost end and we are all set to enter into new year. So it's the last day of 2023. I decided to bring in some good vibes to the house and create a happy aura all around and arrange a chaat feast for the dinner today. So I started with the basic preparation in the morning. Chutneys are the basic of any chaat. So I am soaking some turmeric for sweet and sour chutney. Also Gaurav loves dahi vada. So I am washing and soaking some moong dal for making vada later. You can also call them dahi bhalle. While I was opening and assembling the pantry item, I realized that I had all the materials needed for a good chart spread. For any big preparation, I like to noting things down to understand what needs to be done. This helps with the better understand of menu and meal preparation, food items, cooking process, etc. Putting things on paper really reduces those last minute issues. So today I will be making masala pav, dahi vada, murmure bhel, golgappe and aloo chole chaat with the fruit platter in the quickest way possible. Once I know the menu, I will start prepping that can be done in advance. Be in weekend or weekdays, breakfast I feel should be the easiest to cook and quickest to serve. And I am always ready to one such option. And my all-in-one upma premix is just the perfect recipe for that. These are one of my pre-cook options that I usually keep ready. So here I am making delicious upma for the breakfast today. The real flavor comes with the nice tadka because every single element give perfect aroma and taste to the simple meal. And to make it even more healthy, I'll adding all the variety of veggies and also adding freshly chopped coconuts for the fresh bite. And at last adding my upma premix, adding some hot water to it and let it cook for 5 minutes. Today I will be making the easiest aloo chaat and show you guys. And for that I will be boiling potatoes first. Here I am taking baby potatoes and making small holes with the help of fork. Boil the potatoes until 80% done. Till then I quickly peel the pomegranate that I need for chaat dressing. I store them in an airtight glass jar and keep it in the fridge. Upma is almost ready, but before serving it, I am quickly making some banana pudding. For that, I chopped some bananas, add 1 scoop muesli to it, and you can also add nuts and seeds of your choice. And within no time, your healthy and tasty pudding is ready. You can also add honey at the time of eating as per your choices and preference. Delicious and healthy breakfast is ready and hot cup of tea is filled to start a conversation on breakfast table on some daily updates to set a day on a good mood. Till I'm get ready and doing my other household chores, I asked Gaurav to squeeze out some fresh orange juice for us, which surely be keeping me driving for the day ahead. Potatoes and chole are nicely done. Now I kept aside the chole for the lunch sabji and start working on aloo chaat. I will take a boiled potato and slightly smash them with the help of glass. This will flatten the potatoes to give them a tikki like shape. Now I prepare a marination with some mustard oil, salt, black pepper, chaat masala, garam masala, roasted cumin powder and red chili powder. Also add some peri peri masala and mix everything well. Now coat the potatoes with the marination and keep it in the fridge until dinner time. You can increase and adjust the quantity of marination as per your likings. To store them, I line up container with the same masala and stock them so that they don't stuck to the base and on each other. Today, I am taking a full advantage of my air fryer for my quick recipes. I am roasting some peanuts which I need them for the different purposes for the chaat today. Also, I will mash some potatoes for the aloo filling for golgappe. As Gaurav loves the red chana into the aloo filling, I am adding some boiled chanas to the potatoes. Instead of this, you can also add chole as per your preference. And I stored the aloo masala half ready to keep me sorted for the evening. So 5 minutes in air fryer mode and peanuts is nicely done. I store the peanuts and keep aside and start preparing for lunch. First, I will make a imli chutney. I squeezed out turmeric well and sieved the pulp before starting to make chutney. Meanwhile, I also start preparing for my basic green chutney, for which I need a fresh coriander and mint leaves which I kept stored in my fridge. I will take a coriander with the roots which I make sure is clean before storing, and also adding lots of fresh mint with some green chili, half inch ginger, salt, cumin seeds, handful of peanuts and fine grind them all together. I will be needing this multi-purpose chutney for the multiple uses today, so I will keep it in the airtight container in the fridge till dinner time. As the boil comes, in imli chutneys goes some jaggery, but you can also add some sugar as well. After jaggery get melted, I will add roasted cumin powder, salt, black salt and red chili powder and mix them well. In between, I will grind the moong dal and make the batter for our dahi vada. In the same jar, I will add soaked moong dal and some green chilies, half inch ginger and little water in which I soak the moong dal. After grinding everything well, the moong dal mix is ready. Now take it out in a big bowl. Next, we are going to fill a lot of air into this batter by beating it rigorously. In the lunch, I am making haryali chole, but before it, I will save some boiled chole for the evening. With chole, I am also making misi roti and lacha pyaj for the lunch. I first start preparing for the haryali chole, so I keep some whole spices ready and fine chopped one onion for the gravy. If you want, you can skip the onion altogether and make it without it. In the oil, I will add half teaspoon ghee as it adds nice flavor to the chole. Add cumin seeds and all the whole spices. Add turmeric and chopped onions and let the onions turn golden brown. Once done, add chole masala and red chili powder and mix again. Now I will add a big cube of a tomato puree which I pre-store in a fridge. Add the coriander chutney and mix well. Coming back to our dal mix, I will add some salt, cumin seeds and hing. Mix them well and keep it aside for a while. Chole masala is almost ready. Now I will add a half glass of water and wait for a good boil. And beat the batter once again to make it more airy and fluffy. Also chop some onion for messy roti dough. Now I add all the choles and some I mash with the hands to give a body to the gravy. Give it a good mix and let it cook for some time. For messy roti dough, I will take an equal portion of whole wheat in besan in which goes some turmeric powder, cumin seeds and carom seeds. Now I will add the chopped onion and red chilies followed with some crushed ginger. Also add 2 teaspoons of curd. Also add some nicely crushed kasuri methi and some fine chopped coriander. Last, add salt and I will mix everything before adding water to make a dough. Imli chutney and haryali chole is done, but before shutting I will add 1 teaspoon imli chutney as it tastes really amazing in the chole. After it gets cooled down, I will store imli chutney in a glass airtight container and keep it aside for evening. Lastly, I will add some fine chopped coriander leaves to the chole and the sabji is done. For 15 to 20 minutes, I will keep the dough for the rest. Till then, I quickly wipe the kitchen platform and do some dishes. I had a habit of cleaning a utensil separately which I used in meal prepping. This keeps me sorted before and after having lunch or dinner. As my mom always says, keep the sink clean and empty every time. And this little habit always keeps me sorted for the next step. For lacha pyaz, I will add some coriander chutney to the sliced onions. In that I will add red chili powder, chaat masala, salt, squeeze some fresh lemon juice and mix it all well. And keep them aside till I serve the lunch. Now I quickly start preparing for the lunch. For misi roti, I will take a dough and roll a thin chapati. Now I will take chapati and spread water on one side of chapati and place it on hot tawa. Press the chapati to make sure it sticks properly. Cook misi roti for around 2 to 3 minutes from one side and then turn the tawa upside down to toast the top layer of chapati on the open flame. Keep rotating the tawa to make sure that the chapati is evenly cooked from all the sides. Misi roti is toasted nicely and I also toast bottom on direct flame for 5 to 10 seconds. Smear good ghee and the delicious misi roti is ready. Variations in chapati doesn't take much time, but it breaks the monotony of regular cooking and feels really good. For Arav, I made some whole wheat chapati as well. Delicious plate of lunch is ready. I will first serve food for Gaurav. Meanwhile, I'll keep the moong dal vada for steaming. Before that, I will add some eating soda to the batter. You can also add Eno and mix the batter well. Now I will quickly grease the idli mold and put the batter on it. We will be making dahi vada by steaming the vada and not frying them. That's why beating the batter before steaming is very important. Now till the vada steam, I quickly enjoy my lunch. For Arav, I made some whole wheat chapati as well. But I love the misi roti the most. Haryali chole for the lunch has come out really good. And with the coriander and mint flavor, it tastes delicious and very different. And on the other side, dahi vadas steam well. I will keep them aside to cool down a bit before demolding them, else they will break down from the bottom. I will demold the vadas and put it in the container to use it later. But before that, let me show you how soft they come out. They are so soft and fluffy and I will store them in the fridge till the dinner time. After taking a quick break from my to-do, I quickly clean and store all the fruits which I needed in my fruit platter. Now it's almost an evening. Some days on weekend we took Arav to a park, but today Gaurav took him downstairs for a cycle ride which he loves to enjoy. And I always crave that me time alone at home by listening some good music and doing my household chores. Today I will take a good advantage of this time and start remaining preparation for my dinner fest. I start by making bhel mix for bhel puri. Trust me, it looked too much, but all these snacks prep literally take 5 minutes of preparation. In a kadai, I will roast some puffed rice and cornflakes to remove all the moisture out there. After roasting it for 5 minutes, take it out in a bowl. Now for spice mix, goes turmeric, salt, black salt, chaat masala. In 1 tablespoon oil, I will add some roasted peanuts, curry leaves which will give flavor to the bhel mix. Add spice mix before adding murmure and cornflakes mix. Bhel mix is ready, and to make it as a snack, add some powdered sugar or jaggery while it is hot and mix everything well. I told you these are just 5-minute extra efforts and you are done. You can store it in a airtight container up to 15 days. A yummy bhel mix is ready in no time. Now I gradually start collecting things that will go out on my platter. I will first make the golgappe pani. When basic green chutney is ready, golgappe water is a cakewalk. I will add some jaljeera powder to the water along with the chutney and mix them well. Add salt, black salt and golgappe water is ready. I will also add some bundi to it and keep it aside. Now I will start prep for masala pav. I will first start by chopping the veggies. Masala pav will be like main filling item in the entire menu, and that's why I decided to add it to my menu. Instead of using choppers, I prefer hand chopping for some special recipes, and this will intact the crunchiness and flavor of veggies. Now for the masala, in the same kadai, I take a equal quantity of oil and butter, and this quantity is for the set of 4 pav. Once the oil heat up, I will add cumin seeds and all the spices. Mix them well and then add onions and capsicum and saute them for 2 to 3 minutes. After 2 minutes, add some chopped tomatoes followed by some salt. Saute for next 2 minutes. Next, I will grate some paneer to give some body to the masala. You can even grate some boiled potatoes as well. Mix them well and add the chopped coriander and the masala is ready. Now I am going to spread the masala generously on pav. You can also spread chutneys, but since I don't like, I am avoiding, and I layer it with some cheese slices. Now I keep them aside and toast them when I serve. Now I quickly take dahi vada and aloo tikki out of fridge. Now I will take hot water, add salt and hing and dip all the moong dal vadas into it. This will soften the vada and make them juicy from inside. The last thing is roasting aloo tikkis in the air fryer. I place the tikkis on the tray and brush some oil on it. They go in air fryer grilling mode for 5 to 6 minutes max. Now coming to the masala pav, I take a same kadai. I will add 1 teaspoon of same masala which I prepare, and this will bring nice spicy color on the pav and they look so presentable. Now coat the mixer with both the sides of pav and the quickest and easiest masala pav is ready. Potatoes come out really nice and crispy. For pani puris, this time to do it quicker, I am doing it in air fryer without using single drop of oil. Just lay them on plate and run it for 1 minute. And the super quick and crunchy Pani puri will be ready in no time. I mean, who says making pani puri is a task? Vada soaked well, and I will squeeze excess water out and assemble them. In first layer goes the beaten curd. I already add little salt in the curd. Then I will top it with some green chutney. The next layer is imli chutney. After this I sprinkle some dahi vada masala, and at last goes some pomegranate for garnishing. The delicious dahi vada is ready. Next I will get ready potato masala for pani puri, and just need to add some onions and the spices, and the masala is ready. Now I quickly top my aloo tikkis with all the chaat ingredients. And the quickest and easiest version of aloo chole chaat is ready. Doesn't it look tempting to invite your appetite? Now I quickly going to assemble my corn and cheese pizza canapes. These canapes burst with the cheese, surely going to fulfill all the pizza cravings. These are going in an air fryer for a minute till I set the table. Now it's time to display the platter. Customized DIY snack ideas always bring a nice experience to the parties and good conversation starter. And this is what the chaat platter look like after assembling. Seeing happy faces reveal that serving likable food on table makes all the efforts worth it. Chart counters are always the most crowded in any gathering, isn't it? So this definitely goes best with any house parties. And these fruit popsicles goes hit with the show, and having variety of chaat on table was divine. We together also couldn't finish everything that was there. I hope this video was helpful. You must try these chaat delights and share them with your family and loved ones. But also don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to more such videos. Until then, stay tuned, stay connected.